There is something you are still carrying. Maybe it's something someone said to you 5 years ago. Maybe it's a version of yourself you used to be, the one who made that mistake, trusted the wrong person, didn't speak up when you should have. Maybe it's a future you were supposed to have, the one where everything worked out differently. You've tried to move on. You've told yourself it's fine. You've kept busy. You've distracted yourself. You've even had good days, weeks, where you almost forgot it was there. But then something small happens, a song, a smell, a name, and you feel it again, that familiar weight, right there in your chest, still there, still heavy. Here is the truth most people will never tell you. You cannot heal what you refuse to release. Buddhism has been teaching this for 2,500 years, and today I want to share with you the 3 things, the 3 specific weights that you must let go of before real healing can begin. Not someday, not when you're ready, but now. There is a story from the Zen tradition. A young student came to a monk and said, "Master, I am tired. I have tried everything, meditation, chanting, study, but I still feel heavy. I still cannot let go of my past. What is wrong with me?" The monk looked at the student and said, "Pick up that rock." The student picked up a small rock from the ground. "Now hold it out in front of you," the monk said. The student did. It was easy. The rock was light. "Now keep holding it." After 5 minutes, the student's arm started to shake. After 10 minutes, his muscles burned. After 20, he dropped the rock. He couldn't hold it anymore. The monk smiled. The rock did not get heavier, but you were never meant to hold it that long. Your past, your guilt, your regret, your anger, your grief, these are not signs that something is wrong with you. They are just rocks you were never meant to carry this far. The first thing you must let go of is the hardest, the person you used to be. Not just your past self, but the version of you that made those mistakes. The version of you that didn't know better. The version of you that trusted the wrong people, stayed too long, said the wrong thing, failed in ways that still embarrass you at 2 a.m. You have been punishing that person for years, maybe decades, holding them responsible as if they had the wisdom you have now. Think about this. The person who made that mistake, do they still exist? Truly? You are not the same person you were 5 years ago. Your cells have regenerated. Your mind has learned. Your heart has been broken and rebuilt. You have information now that you did not have then. And yet, you keep dragging that old version of you into every new room, judging them, shaming them, refusing to let them off the hook. In Buddhism, there is a teaching called anatta, no fixed self. The Buddha taught that the idea of a permanent, unchanging you is an illusion. You are not a statue. You are a river. The you of 5 years ago is downstream, gone, dissolved. That person does not exist anymore, except in your mind, where you keep them alive just to keep punishing them. Here is the question that changes everything. If a friend came to you, someone you truly love, and told you they had been carrying the exact same guilt, the exact same shame, for the exact same amount of time, what would you say to them? You would tell them, you did the best you could with what you knew at the time, and you know more now. So use what you know now and forgive yourself. Say that to yourself today. out loud if you can. Whisper it if you need to. I did the best I could with what I knew at the time, and I know more now. That is not an excuse. It is not letting yourself off easy. It is simply acknowledging reality, and reality is the only place healing can happen. The second thing you must let go of is quieter than guilt, but in some ways it is even heavier. It is the story. The story about how your life was supposed to go. The relationship that was supposed to last. The career that was supposed to work. The person who was supposed to still be here. The version of your future that you built in your mind, brick by brick, and then watched collapse. Buddhist philosophy has a word for this: tanha, craving, clinging, the desperate grip on things being different than they are. When something falls apart, the immediate pain is real, but the suffering that follows, the months, the years of replaying, of wishing, of comparing reality to the fantasy, that is self-inflicted. You are not just grieving what happened. You are grieving the gap between what happened and what you believed should have happened. There is a famous Buddhist saying, "Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional." The event, the breakup, the job loss, the death, the betrayal, that is pain. It is real. It is human. You do not get to skip it. But the years of arguing with reality after the event, the constant replaying, the if only and what if and why me, that is suffering. And suffering is a story you are telling yourself, a story you can stop telling. Here is something simple to try. Next time you catch yourself in the loop, "It should have been different," stop and say this instead: "It is not different. It is this, and I am still here." That sentence is not resignation. It is not giving up. It is the beginning of acceptance. And acceptance is the doorway every healing journey must eventually walk through. The third thing is the one that keeps so many of us stuck for years: the need for other people to understand. You want the person who hurt you to acknowledge what they did. You want your family to see how hard you've worked. You want the ones who left to realize what they lost. You want someone, anyone, to say, "I see you. I understand what you went through, and it was not your fault." And you may never get that. This is one of the hardest truths in Buddhism and in life. Your healing cannot depend on someone else's awakening. If you wait for them to understand before you allow yourself to move on, you will be waiting forever. Some people will never get it. They lack the capacity, or the courage, or the self-awareness. Or they have constructed a version of events where they are the victim, and no amount of explanation will change that story. That has nothing to do with you. The Buddha taught that attachment to being understood is still attachment. It is still a rope tying you to the person or the situation you are trying to heal from. Letting go of the need to be understood does not mean what happened was okay. It means you are no longer waiting for permission from them, from anyone, to be free. Your healing is yours. It does not require their signature. You know what happened. You know what it cost you. And deep down, you know what you need to do next. You do not need them to agree. You just need to give yourself the permission they never will. So here they are, the 3 weights. 1. Let go of who you used to be. That person did their best with what they knew, and you are not that person anymore. 2. Let go of the story about how it should have been. It is not different. It is this, and you are still here. 3. Let go of the need for them to understand. Your healing is yours. It does not require approval. Notice what these 3 things have in common. None of them are about the past. None of them require anyone else to change. None of them depend on circumstances being different. They are all about what you are holding right now in this moment, and whether you are ready to open your hands. The monk was right. The rock never got heavier. You were just never meant to hold it this long. And the most beautiful part? You do not have to throw it. You do not have to pretend it was never there. You just have to open your hand. That is all. Open your hand and let gravity do the rest. The student asked the monk one last question before he left. Master, what do I do if I pick up the rock again? If I start holding on to all of it again tomorrow? The monk said, then you open your hand again. And if it happens 100 times, then you open your hand 100 times. That is the practice. Healing is not a destination you arrive at and stay at forever. It is a practice, an opening, a returning. You will catch yourself holding on again. That is not failure. That is being human. Just notice and open. Notice and open. Over and over and over. Until one day you realize your hands are lighter than they used to be. The rocks don't feel as heavy, and you are walking differently, freer, softer, with more space inside you than you ever thought possible. That day is closer than you think.